We back.
Real talk.
Real talking sports.
Real talk.
We back.
Real talk.
Fantasy.
This is the fantasy football edition.
For dummies.
For you dummies.
Let's go. We back. Season 2.
Look, this
get familiar.
No news.
Subscribe.
Follow.
And listen. No news.
You know the motto. It's no news. No news.
No
news this week. You know what I'm saying?
Other sports.
We're going to bring y'all the news back, volume 12, man.
No other sports.
Sports and all that, volume 12.
This is fantasy football, folks.
Strictly for you fantasy
the best time of the year.
People. This is strictly
back,
who
folks.
This is for. I know it's draft time, and I know you probably looking at the board, and you know them
scratching your head.
Them 2 minutes is ticking away.
2 minutes is an eternity.
Man, 2 minutes.
When you're waiting for it, but when it's your time, don't be scrambling. Again,
study long, study wrong.
We gonna give you guys and beautiful ladies the fantasy football guide.
Look.
From Real Talking Sports.
Just follow it.
Are y'all ready?
Just follow it. We're going to give y'all some... I mean, we can't give y'all everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to have...
Depending on the health.
You got to have some knowledge on your own. Like, we can't give you everything. Like, some stuff you just got to know. But, you know, just don't... We just trying to help you not to end up Matt Millen at the end
Don't
of the
be Matt Millen.
Don't be the Matt Millen of your fantasy football league.
You guys don't want to be.
Because you know what Matt Millen is doing right now?
He's commentating.
He is no longer in office.
He's no longer a GM.
No longer in office.
Don't be the Dan Snyder of your fantasy football league.
This is not Madden.
It's really easy, folks.
It's not John Madden football. This is fantasy football.
Fantasy football. Shout out to all the FanDuel players, all the draft.
Shout out to the FanDuel.
To the DraftKings.
DraftKings.
Shout out to Matt Berry, the fantasy football guru.
The guru is back. He on his job.
Yeah, we definitely using his 200 top players, and we just gonna go through it, folks. Like
since we shout people out, man. Shout out to Black Comets. Shout out to the 80s babies. Prince.
C. Francis, what's good, my man?
Shout out to Entropy. Gotta say what up to the big homie. You already know.
And just folks, I didn't even tell Tay this. So this is a surprise. On December 12th, we're hosting the Benign Group Christmas party. We're hosting. I didn't even tell Tay. I found out.
So he's springing stuff on.
So December 12th.
On December 12th.
Yeah, we're going to be hosting. But let's get to it.
Awesome.
Let's get to
it. It's fantasy football time. We got drafts and stuff coming up.
Yeah, got a draft coming up.
A lot of drafts coming up.
Again,
I know some of you people done already drafted.
Y'all can follow us on the Twitter.
You know what it is.
TNS Sports.
RTN Sports, man.
RTN Sports. Always mess it up, but you know how we do.
RealTalkingSports.Libsyn.com. You know what I'm saying?
And we got
Podcast Source, Apple, Windows, Google Play. And whatever you got, we on it. So just download it and find it. And we got more stuff coming. Like it's a whole lot of man. Y'all better recognize.
And we got the Instagram.
We all got IG.
T and Sports. Follow us. I'm telling y'all, get familiar. Subscribe, follow, and listen. Volume 12's coming up soon.
That Volume 12 is going to be lit because y'all better be
Woo!
All right, man.
Let's get into it.
We done talking. Let's talk football.
Anytime fantasy football come around, we always have players that you got to have. You don't want to be taking no risks first round. You always got to get a surefire 20 points from this guy. You want to get players such as Adrian Peterson. He's going first in a lot of drafts.
AP is definitely first round talent for sure.
I mean, you have Norm Turner, and they're gonna throw the ball. Do you know Matt Ashanti and Jared McKinnon? They caught 70 passes.
They did.
And this is a great stat Matt Berry said in 2009 and 2013. Those are the only 2 seasons Adrian Peterson caught 40 passes. And guess what, folks? That's when he scored the most fantasy points. So, he's always a good pick. All day's a good pick.
All day is back.
Jamal Charles.
I mean, you can always go with Jay Charles. You know, he's going, especially when you play Oakland. You
gotta start
him against Oakland.
You gotta start him.
He's going for 70 at least once.
At least once. You also got, even though Le'Veon Bell has been suspended, he's going in the first round. What do you feel about that?
It's a lot of interesting suspension picks this year. There's a lot of dudes
Gates
that suspended that would typically probably go pretty high. You got Gates,
Brady.
you got Brady, you got Martavius Bryant. You know, like these dudes are probably going, if they were healthy week 1, probably going somewhere in the middle parts of most of these drafts. But, you know, these dudes
they're slipping.
They're sliding because they're missing games. But people, they will return. So if it's late in the draft
and they're still available,
and you got a chance to get one of those guys, please pick them up.
Gotta go ahead and pick them up.
You can't look past them. Like if you know you don't need a Tom Brady but you need a backup quarterback and you know Tom might miss 4 games, why not pick him up?
Draft time.
Why not pick him up? If you know that you got a tight end, and you need a backup tight end. Antonio Gates is one of the greatest tight ends of all time. And he will be back week 5. So
with vengeance.
You might want to pick him up if you need a second tight end. Because guess what? Around the end of the draft, you know, late in the draft, he'll probably be there.
He will be there, folks. So look out for him. And also, with Tom Brady, like you said, Tom Brady's going to come, even if he misses 4 games. Remember, folks, fantasy football.
I told y'all he's not going to miss no games. He's sliding.
He's not going to
miss no games. I'm going to tell y'all again, he's not missing no games.
Tom Brady will be starting week 1. But you got to think about this, folks. Fantasy football is a 1-week. It's like FanDuel or DraftKings. You got to play the best lineup. You
got to play your matchups, man. It's all about the matchups.
Even if your players are suspended, like Martavius Bryant.
You got to be wary about playing guys against, you know, defenses like, you know, Aaron Rodgers against Seattle.
Aaron Rodgers versus Seattle. If you got even Sam Bradford going against the Redskins, you gotta go with Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta go with the matchups. You can't go with the names sometimes because it always come back to haunt you.
Yep. Maybe them games when you put up 8s. Can't have your starting quarterback putting up an 8. That's not gonna get it done.
Why they shading Peyton so bad? Peyton Manning is ranked.
Peyton not getting no love, man.
They have Melvin Gordon ranked higher, Alshon Jeffers ranked higher, Mike Evans ranked higher than Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just overall.
Nah.
I mean, at the position, I mean, it still breaks down to position. This is not overall.
I mean,
just where these players are.
Peyton, don't ever count out a Manning.
I would never count out a Manning.
Like
Peyton
or Eli. Because Eli has a great chance of even being a top 10 fantasy
I wouldn't
football
count
quarterback.
out Archie if Archie was playing.
You think Archie come out there?
I'm man.
Give us
Archie
50 yards.
He'll probably throw 75 yards and a touchdown before he had to go sit down. I'm just saying. I mean, them Manning dudes, man, they got it.
Yeah, they got it. They definitely have it. A lot of people are sleeping on Calvin Johnson. He's been injured.
Megatron
it's Megatron.
Been down the last couple years. But he's Megatron, so I don't see him sliding past the 3rd round in most drafts.
I just had a draft and somebody
10 to 12 team leagues, and 10 to 12 team leagues, he probably won't be going to slide past the 3rd round.
Just had a draft where someone picked Golden Tate 25th.
I mean, but it's a 12-team draft too. So I mean,
that's a 14-team.
Well, that's even deeper. So in a 14-team draft, that actually wasn't a bad pick.
I mean, Golden Tate.
That wasn't a bad pick.
I mean, but Golden Tate, he's gonna get his.
Oh, he's gonna do.
He's gonna get his.
No, he's gonna do what he do.
He's gonna get his. We got people. Don't reach on folks in the 1st or 2nd round.
Can't be now.
You can't be picking Jason Witten with your 31st pick.
No reaching.
Can't do that. And folks, just because they're on your favorite team doesn't mean they have to be on your fantasy team.
They don't.
It's
don't be
okay.
a fan. Even though it's fantasy, don't be the FAN part. You can't be a fan when it comes to fantasy football.
You gotta go with the best players available.
You gotta, in the infamous words of Martin Payne, you gotta drop bombs on them.
You got it.
Gotta drop bombs on them. If you can line up a Peyton with a Demarius and a Emmanuel, I mean, why not? Why not do it?
Do it.
Just attack. I mean,
if you can get Eli Beckham and a healthy Cruz, do it.
Why not? Why not?
You have nothing to lose.
At the end of the day, it's all about who's gonna get you the big play.
Who's gonna get you the big play?
That's who wins.
That's who wins.
Big plays win. Touchdowns win. Kickers are important.
But you know what's going to change a lot too, folks.
Kickers are still important
Even with the kicks going back. What is it, a 35-yard field goal?
You gotta have a strong kicker.
You gotta have a strong kicker.
Gotta have a strong kicker now. Like your kicking game gotta be on point now because you don't want to be stuck with Ryan Stuckup.
Or Carlos Santos in Kansas City.
Or squeeze him.
Squeeze him out for the season.
He is out for the season.
You want to go with someone solid, like you don't want to go with Josh Brown for the Giants. You want to go with somebody like Dan Bailey.
Yeah.
Or Sebastian Janikowski. You always want to go with a kicker where the offense is potent.
Hauschka
always kills. You don't want to go with these kickers who are journeyman kickers. Because kickers could win or lose you a lot of games.
There are a lot of games lost by 3 points.
So kickers will come back to haunt you. Another player I want to talk about, LaShawn McCoy.
Shady.
I'm not too big on Shady. They say Shady's hurt.
Shady. I think Shady will have a good year. And in most drafts, he probably won't slide past the second round.
Second, third round.
So, you got to take him, but, you never know. It's a lot of change out here going on.
They released Fred Jackson.
Yeah.
So, if they release Fred Jackson,
Seattle.
They say he's going to Seattle.
So
we'll see about that. If they're releasing Fred Jackson, they put in all the eggs in one basket. So obviously Rex sees something in LaShawn. We know how LaShawn plays.
That's shady.
And then with Tyrod Taylor, Taylor is a sleeper, major sleeper, but a lot of risk. Because you know why? He could get benched at any time. He got the shortest rope out of any quarterback.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know. What about Hoyer?
Hoyer.
Well, I think Hoyer. What about the Cleveland situation?
Cleveland situation is dicey. Manziel had a decent preseason. He got rid of.
So people, if you're listening, these are the quarterbacks you stay away from. That's in case you haven't noticed. Like if you looking at a team and a quarterback situation is an influx, don't just draft. That means draft at another position. That's
correct.
Pretty much what that means.
You always want to get a bona fide starter, even if he throws 4 interceptions. If Big Ben throws 4 interceptions, he still started next game.
So he probably threw 4 touchdowns too.
Yeah, true.
If you think about it, Big Ben threw 4 picks. He probably has 3 or 4 touchdowns. So, and
then also we can't forget about a player that should be top 5 is Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, what he's doing,
that dude's awesome.
Is remarkable.
That dude's awesome. He's
only 5'9".
He's definitely first round.
He's like 5'9".
Top 10 pick.
185. And he does it all.
He's the most. He's probably. I think he is the most dynamic player in the NFL.
In the whole NFL?
I think he is.
For what he does?
I think he is. I really do.
For what he does, I think you have a good point because he return punts.
He is the most dynamic force in the NFL.
He return punts.
I really do.
He could throw him the screen. That's the Antonio screen.
Yeah, Antonio can catch the screen
and go
slant.
47.
He can go deep. He can do underneath, kick returns, punt returns. They line him up in the backfield sometimes. So yeah, Antonio's the guy.
Antonio's the guy.
Is he the first receiver off the board?
First receiver off the board? Only person I like more than Antonio is Demarius.
Okay.
Because it's Peyton. I mean, it's Demarius top. And Demarius, he may start off slow, but Demarius is almost a guaranteed 10 points. You always want to go, like I said, the first 2 rounds, you always want to go with someone that can at least give you first round 20 at least. At the worst, 10. You know you have a competitive advantage. And I even say if at the end of a lot of first rounds and the beginning of the second rounds, Gronk is getting picked. You pick Gronk because you know every week you're going to have the competitive advantage. Gronk is a walk-in 15 points, and that's only 7. That's only 80 yards in the touchdown. So you do the math. So and he's the number 1 option. Always go with players who are the number 1 option. Like I know they're giving talk about Terrence Williams in Dallas, but he's not the number one option. I know CJ Spiller. I know CJ Spiller is in New Orleans. He's not the number one option. You go with Mark Ingram. You know, don't get cute.
I think Mark Ingram is set for a pretty big year. I think he's gonna do big things. So he probably won't be on the board past the third or fourth round. He'll probably be going in the fourth, somewhere in between round 3 to 5. But let's talk about when the real fantasy draft starts.
After the 6th or 7th.
When you get to the 6th and 7th round,
don't start picking. Just don't start picking based upon rankings.
This is pretty much where you win and lose fantasy.
It's after the 7th or 8th round.
Because at this point, all the stars
are gone.
Are off the board.
And it's all about research.
This is where you come in. Okay? You have to know what you're doing. So we're gonna just give y'all a couple little pointers. Just a couple, okay? When you know a team has 2 and 3 running backs, when you think about
Cleveland,
when you think about the Broncos, when you think
Arizona,
Tennessee,
the New York Jets, even the Giants.
The list goes on and on. So when you think of these teams, man,
Tampa Bay,
2, 3, and 4 running backs, the Patriots, these running backs, most of these guys, you gotta get these guys off the board. Like, if you need a LeGarrette Blount, you can pretty much put all your money on LeGarrette Blount being in the game.
You can
in December. You can pretty much count on that.
And always go with sometimes, and this is what Tate did 1 year, 2 years ago. He picked up Fred Jackson and CJ Spiller because you're gonna have, let's for example,
injuries,
CJ's runs for 60 yards. He gets the ball down to the 4-yard line. Fred Jackson comes in. That's 12 points. Gets a touchdown. So you're always trying to maximize your points. So if you have a player like a bona fide player, for mention a Frank Gore. Frank Gore is going late in 4th and 5th rounds. Frank Gore could go in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Frank Gore's playing with Andrew Luck, who got Andre Johnson,
who
got Philip Bissett, who got Dante Ristreet, who was on the team last year. So he got weapons, and they got T.Y. How could I forget
T.Y. Man. I'm so happy it's fantasy.
Man, we love this fantasy. Again, you can follow us on the Twitter. That's All Team Sports. Again, we got a little podcast. What's the podcast called? Where do you find us?
RealTalkingSports.Libsyn.com. You know what it is. Podcast source. Yep.
Another rule of thumb is don't pick your draft based upon what everybody else is doing. I was just in a draft and Tay helped me, and we were seeing 3 different Broncos go down at the same time. We were seeing 3 Patriots. Don't let other teams dictate what you're going to do. Please. If you have a strategy, stick to your strategy.
Please.
You always want to get the best player at the best position with the less risk. Because fantasy is 30% research and 70% luck.
Because you can have the best team on the field every week, man, and struggle.
And they have a bad,
and be a 500
struggling
player.
And another rule of thumb: if you play fantasy football for free, this show's not for you. Just turn it off. Because we need people to put an invested stake.
That's not fair.
I know.
That's not fair. Look. People with the free leagues, we want y'all to watch too. Because y'all can get advice just like everybody else. Don't listen to us. We want y'all to listen too.
You know why?
But if you're not playing for money,
you know why?
I don't know if you're having fun. Are you having fun if you're not playing for money?
You know what it is? People who don't play for money, they don't care. So you'll be in a league.
So are you playing for the love of the game at that point?
I play because we play fantasy football.
Well, we played to win the game.
We played to win the game.
We played to win the game.
We played to win the game. What year did you start playing?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I started playing in 2008.
I think I
For free.
started playing in like something like 07, 08, something like that probably.
So maybe I was a little bit too harsh. If you are playing it playing for free,
I
still watch it.
I told y'all, free people, don't listen to this dude, man. We want y'all
I'm fake
to listen to, because y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all need some advice too. I see some of y'all in the free league scratching your head. I don't even know why. You should just be picking. You should just have auto draft.
You should have auto draft in the free league.
If it's a free league, in most cases, I would say. But if you do got a draft, then watch. You know, you might pick up something.
Another rule of thumb is watch the waiver wire. The waiver wire can win you a championship.
Really can.
Who did you pick up last year in the waiver wire?
Really can. C.J. Anderson.
He's going in the first round.
Was huge for me last year. I picked him up late in the season off the waiver, and you know now he's going in second, third round, some first round. You know, so you know same thing. You know Jeremy Hill. Jeremy Hill was my last pick last year. He's my very last pick that I made because I knew something was going to happen to Gio. I just figured at some point Gio was going to have a bad day. And what happened when Gio had a bad day? Jeremy Hill stepped in, and now he's going in the first and second round. So, you know, things happen, but you got to know the game. Like, if you know the game...
You play to win the game.
If you know the game, you wouldn't have any issues picking. I mean, it's as simple as that. You know, some people, you know, like to guess.
I like this Macmillan.
When you get late, this that insomnia.
I never heard this before.
This Macmillan and Rick Ross drink.
Oh, for real?
Insomnia. Yeah.
Speaking of Rick Ross, Rick Ross is coming out September 3rd.
That rosé is coming in about 24 to 48 hours.
Shout out to Rosé.
Rosé.
Shout out to the Sun Dressing Whiskey, Part 3 in DC on Monday, Labor Day. Be there, touche. I see you out there working, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's so much.
It's a lot of stuff going on. We got and just
what
even
about
get
Dallas, man. What you think about
the running back situation? I mean, I don't like it. Somebody's gonna have because, like I said, I can run for 600 yards behind that line. So I like Randall. I like but McFadden has the more upside out of anyone. But he can't stay healthy.
I don't know. I think
they got Ryan Williams too.
I think Joseph got the upside,
and they got Lance Dunbar.
They do. They pretty deep. But I think Joseph could win a job as long as he's not stealing draws and cologne. I think he have a good shot at keeping his job.
Another thing is don't be scared to go for rookies. Mari Cooper.
Don't be scared.
Don't
be scared of the rookies, man. It's a lot of them that are pretty good. You know,
Amar Abdullah, he's gonna ball.
Abdullah is a really, really nice pickup late in the draft, man. He's gonna be a guy you're gonna need to fill in in your flex position. You know, some matchups, and that's another team that got several running backs. So you never know when the Abdullah name is gonna get called.
You never know injuries, and another thing is always draft for injuries.
And enjoy it.
Always, like I said, if you drafted, for instance, Calvin Benjamin's gone, Jordy Nelson's gone. These players get hurt. I mean, players get hurt. So you always want to have somebody who you could just put in, and it'll be a seamless change.
Don't be scared of a guy like Devin Funchess. I mean, who else Cam gonna throw the ball to?
Cam got to throw the ball to somebody.
He got to throw the ball to somebody. It's Devin Funchess and it's Greg Olsen. I mean, I don't know. I think the other guy's name Sleepy Brown or something. No.
Yeah.
Or that's not Sleepy Brown. That's one of the Dungeon family. Something like that. I don't know. Sleepy Floyd, Sleepy Brown. No, Sleepy Floyd played basketball. But Sleepy something. Whatever his name is. Come on now. As you can see, we don't even know his name.
We don't know his name.
Devin Funchess, Greg Olsen. Those are
Sleepy Brown. It is Sleepy Brown. It's Corey Brown, but yeah, it's Sleepy Brown.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so don't be scared of like Jameis Winston. If he's available,
Jameis, he got weapons.
If he's available, Mike Evans.
If you need a quarterback,
you got Austin.
Especially
Austin
in those deeper drafts.
If
you need a quarterback, Jameis. I know he's a rookie, but he's not a bad option. That's rookie with those weapons. He do. They might be down a lot, and they gonna be doing a lot of throwing.
That's why.
Which name are the Muscle Hamster?
I don't.
I'm sorry, Doug Martin. I'm sorry.
Hey, no
I don't
more
want to call
muscle
him
hamster?
muscle hamster. They don't like nobody calling him muscle hamster.
Charles Sims may affect his value because they like Charles Sims as well.
Do.
They like
do
Charles
like
Sims.
That should be interesting.
So that's another situation where if you got two backs, if you start a back and he's one fumble away from being benched, I wouldn't recommend going ahead and drafting him. You know, and also folks, don't be scared to go with the players that they have drafted low, ranked low, like Matt Ryan or Drew Brees. You know they're going to put in their work.
Can't forget about old Showtime Carson. Hey,
Can't forget about
man,
Carson Palmer.
If Carson Palmer stays
upright, Fitzgerald,
if he stays
John
upright,
Brown,
man, Carson is one of the
both
most
of them?
dangerous fantasy quarterbacks of all time.
Let's look at the numbers.
Just go back and check his numbers. It really hasn't been many years that he's played a lot of games and he hasn't been finishing the top 10. This is my jam right here.
So Carson's another one.
But yeah, Carson, man, he's poised for a big year.
I also like out in Miami. I like Jordan Cameron.
Jordan Cameron is definitely a nice move if you need a tight end for sure.
Jordan Cameron's a nice move.
He's probably going
8th, 9th round.
Probably running that 8th, 9th round time frame.
Also major sleeper value, but he's not a sleeper, but he is. Eddie Royal, Kevin White, who was going to be a star, but he can't stay on the field.
He probably won't play this season.
That's what they're saying.
This is very, very likely shot that Kevin White does not see the field this year. So
Eddie Royal's a viable option.
Royal and Jay Cutler, part 2. Don't forget they played with each other before. So it's not
out in Denver.
Not the first time they're seeing each other. So I'm just saying, if you need some bench depth, Eddie Royal is not a bad idea.
There's 2 players that are injured too that I want to take the time and talk about. Todd Gurley, he's cleared to practice, and Arian Foster. Arian Foster would be a top first or second round.
Yep.
And even if he was healthy, he'll go top 10.
Where do those guys go? Like I put them on the same list with the suspension guys.
Like 5th round. Would you reach for Arian in the 5th round?
I wouldn't draft Arian until I have 2
solid running backs. Like you don't draft Tom Brady.
Yeah, and then draft Arian Foster.
Yeah.
When you know Arian Foster is not going to play for several weeks. You don't really even know how long he's going to be out. They don't even know how long he's going to be out.
And you always got to look at a player's injury history. You know?
And he stay injured. We know that. Arian gets injured at least once every year.
Like that's Percy. Like we love Percy.
Percy the great.
But Percy it's difficult for him to stay on the field.
He don't never stay healthy. I think he's gonna be pretty good though for the whatever period of time he is healthy.
And what do you think about that Rams running back situation? Because
it's a lot going on.
Trey Mason.
It's a lot going on.
Benny Cunningham.
Trey, I think Trey, he kind of put his stamp on that job last year.
But Todd Gurley, they said he the best running back to come out since Adrian Peterson, as we see.
We'll see.
Shout out to Todd Gurley. Remember we did one of our old episodes. We did a nice little piece on Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
So it's good to see them in the league now.
Man, and, get well.
Getting that money.
He's in the NFC West, so you got to see them Niners twice a year.
Again, remember, folks, Volume 12 coming soon.
Volume 12, man, is next week, man. It's going to be lit. I'm telling you.
Football's back.
Y'all better get ready, man. We can't wait, man. We can't wait for Volume 12 to hit. Man, it's been a long time coming. We've been waiting for this week 1. Straight up.
And also, there's certain players that you want to pick up because of the systems we're in. Reggie Wayne, for example.
Reggie Wayne.
You know Tom's gonna.
That is a monster pick. I'm telling y'all.
He's going in the 10th round.
Reggie Wayne is a baller. Tom Brady knows this. He knows he played with Peyton Manning. What do you think is going to happen when he goes from Peyton Manning to Tom Brady?
Buckets.
I'm just saying. 8 touchdowns this year.
You say you calling that?
8 touchdowns for Reggie Wayne.
Calling that 8 touchdowns.
You heard it here first. 8 touchdowns for Reggie Wayne when Tom Brady gets back.
8 touchdowns.
If he goes anywhere.
You know what I also got for 8 touchdowns? Owen Daniels.
Owen Daniels. That is
in Denver.
You know Peyton love his tight end.
You love his tight end.
He don't have OJ anymore. The juice man
That's
is
your man.
gone. OJ the juice
He's
man
out
is
for a
gone.
month too.
And his wrist broke. Come on, man. OJ, get well, brother. I don't know what did you pick OJ at now?
OJ has
He slid a lot.
The draft we just had, we got him in the 15s.
You got the injury. You got the Bortles situation.
I like Bortles. Here's the only reason I like Bortles. Because if they're losing a lot, he's going to get garbage points.
Yeah, but
he has Allen Robinson.
He got weapons.
Marquise
He got
Lee.
a couple weapons. He got Marquise.
You got TJ Yeldon. Folks, we didn't talk about TJ Yeldon. Don't reach on him. Remember the guy named Denard Robinson?
Taper your expectations on TJ Yeldon.
He's getting a lot of hype right now.
A lot of people are big on TJ Yeldon, but you know, Denard played pretty well.
Denard's proven. He had
well.
about 5 or 6 games of 100 yards.
Yeah, he played pretty well. So
from the Big Blue.
Just taper your expectations just a little bit on TJ Yeldon.
What's up, Liz? I know you watching.
This isn't Alabama. Shout out to Liz.
Shout out to all the Twitter followers.
Shout out to all our followers, man. We love y'all, man. We appreciate the love.
Again, y'all been getting familiar, subscribing, follow, and listening. So we appreciate it.
YouTube.
So,
Instagram.
Everywhere. We want to also shout out. We also want to shout out the silent listeners.
You can pull us up on your PlayStation, your Xbox, all that.
If you type
every one see Real Talking Sports, you can see Real Talking Sports.
If you Google,
no excuses.
You can Google us. If you type in Real Talking Sports with Pat and Tay, one of our episodes come up. So, like I said, folks,
no excuses.
We just urban reporters. We're giving y'all this fantasy football.
No excuses.
We also want to talk. We also want to talk about certain players, handcuffs. You need handcuffs. Latavius Murray, you want to get a Roy Halou. Rashad Jennings, you want to get a Andre. Come on. you gotta get Andre Williams. Don't draft Bishop Shanky. I like Derek Cobb. Bishop Shanky.
Oh man. After last year, I don't trust that. I still don't trust that guy. Leave Bishop Shanky on the waiver wire.
Trust anybody on the Redskins?
The Redskins are interesting. I think they'll be a week-to-week team. Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson. He'll probably go late. He probably is somewhere around the 8th, 9th round. You might want to look at Deshaun Jackson.
8th, 9th round. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's explosive.
He is. Big play guy. Pierre. Pierre probably a little later, maybe 11th, 12th round, deeper,
Jordan Reed?
He's done.
He's hurt?
Yeah.
He's out for the season?
I don't know.
No, that's Miles Paul.
They missing 2 or 3 tight
ends. Yeah, they making Logan Paul.
We sent them a tight end.
We did?
We did.
Speaking of tight ends, a tight end who value is always underappreciated, and even with a rookie quarterback, he's probably going to be his outlet. Delaney Walker.
Delaney
Walker.
He's been serious ever since San Fran. He got the big contract when he left San Fran. So, Delaney is. But it's always these quarterback situations. Look, people, I'm telling y'all, man, when y'all drafting, please stay away from those iffy quarterbacks.
Andy Dalton.
Like, if you're looking at the board and you see Ryan Fitzpatrick and Joe Flacco, please take Joe Flacco. Why would you take Ryan Fitzpatrick? Don't overthink it. Like, okay, he's throwing to Brandon Marshall, but he has to get the ball to Brandon Marshall. All right? He has to get the ball there. Now, granted, he might have a couple good weeks here and there, but let's be real. Ryan Fitzpatrick, come on, man.
Yeah, always pick the guy with the history of performing. For instance, if you're on the board and you see, let's give a Matt Ryan on the board, right? You see Matt Ryan on the board, and you see Jameis Winston. We love Jameis around here. Well, you gotta go with Matt Ryan. You gotta go with the player who's bona fide. And a player that I don't like, that a lot of I wouldn't say I don't like, but the verdict is out on him. Nick Foles.
I would stay away from the Eagles quarterbacks and the Rams quarterbacks.
Why is that so?
I'm not sold on Nick Foles.
Okay.
I haven't been sold on Nick Foles since his first season.
He had that 7 touchdown game.
He haven't really done much since his first season. I'm not sold on Nick Foles. I would stay away from Nick Foles. He's in the NFC West. The 49ers do not play. The Seahawks definitely do not play. And the Cardinals do not play. So I don't know.
They do have the toughest defense.
I don't know about this Nick Foles situation. I mean, you know, if in the deeper draft, if you need a quarterback, might be worth a look. But he's definitely not in the top 20. Not at all.
In the top 20?
Not at all.
Another player that I really, really like is Steve Smith. Steve Smith is going to be Joe Flacco's main target.
Steve Smith's not done yet.
He's not done.
He's not done yet. I think he said this is his last season, but I think he's going to go out with a bang.
I can see him getting 80 catches,
I think he's
1,000 yards, and at least 5 to 6 touchdowns.
I think he'll go out with a bang. He'll have a pretty big year. I mean, but it's Steve Smith, so you know.
Future Hall of Famer.
Of course. Definitely.
Ice up, son.
It'd be nice to see him break those records this year.
Yeah.
At least get into that upper echelon of receivers. That'd be good to see.
Another player that you can't sleep on, that's always slept on, is Phillip Rivers.
Always
forget about Phillip.
You know, Phillip's got that contract, so you know he can go out there and earn his money. You know, I mean, Phillip is definitely a top 20 quarterback for sure. Top 15, actually. Yeah, we say top 15. Top 15 for Phillip Rivers. I think you might want to. Phillip can easily be your second quarterback or your first quarterback. He could actually be your first quarterback, depending on how your draft set up.
Another player that I'm not too sold on, I don't think he's going to repeat what he did, is Justin Forsett. Remember, Gary Kubiak left.
Yeah, you got to think about the scheme.
The scheme is different.
Is Justin Forsett going to be the guy he was last year? We don't know. So, don't go picking Justin Forsett in the second round. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You might want to save Justin Forsett to the fourth round, because when you make that Justin Forsett pick, you could have picked probably Matt Forte. Or you might have been able to get somebody, like C.J. Anderson, for instance. If one of those guys are on the board and you see, Justin Forsett, you think you might want to go with one of those other guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. He's a smaller running back. I mean, yes, he had a great season last year under that scheme, but it's always tricky for a player to repeat what he did if that's like his breakout season. Because I think teams are going to be able to scheme a little bit better against him. Another player who's drawing a lot of interest in. A whole lot of interest is Brandon Marshall. Where do you draft? Like you mentioned, Brandon Marshall was top 10 receiver while he was with Chicago, and that was
Jay Cutler. He is the top 10 receiver with Jay Cutler.
But now he goes.
I don't think he's the top 10 receiver
to the Jets
with whatever quarterback is behind.
Or Ryan Fitzpatrick
behind the offensive line of the Jets,
who are not known to throw the deep ball.
That guy slides, man. I mean, it's Brandon Marshall, but you'd be reaching for him if you pick him before maybe the 6th round. I think 6th, 7th round for Brandon Marshall.
And another thing is the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm thinking about the Philadelphia Flyers. Watching the Capitals. Shout out Mitchell Ness. Another interest. Definitely do. Another actual issue. Wouldn't say issue, but conundrum would be in Philadelphia. You got DeMarco Murray. great back. We got Ryan Matthews, as my homie Ant would say. He's fiberglass. That's what they call him. And you got Darren Sproles.
It's a lot going on in Philly.
If I could have any one of those running backs, I would get Sproles because the offense that Chip Kelly runs. I also like Nelson. DeMarco?
I still take DeMarco.
I don't want DeMarco.
Give me the lead rusher last year.
I want DeMarco.
I'm taking DeMarco, especially in the red zone.
But see, especially the rest, they may bring Ryan Matthews in.
I like DeMarco. If you looking for a Philly running back, DeMarco, I think DeMarco is your right.
I mean, I like Sproles.
But if you can get Sproles late, I mean, you almost got Sproles, you know.
Tonight, yeah.
Like what the 9th, 10th round.
I don't like Murray. I don't think he's gonna repeat what he did last year. That was the only healthy
Chip runs the ball.
Chip does run the ball, but I don't think DeMarco's going to stay healthy for a whole season.
Good, man. We'll see. It'll be interesting.
Another play you got to have is Julio Jones.
Julio's got that money.
He did get his money.
Edge just got that money.
Also, don't forget
just got that money.
Don't forget about Roddy.
All three of them got their money.
Roddy's also a player that's slipping. He's going in 7th and 8th rounds.
Yeah,
he's not going to catch.
He's sliding.
He's not going to catch 100 passes for you or
he's
get
not doing
10
that
touchdowns.
anymore.
But he'll get you 5 TDs.
He's not doing that anymore.
But 700.
If you need
he's a matchup.
If you need depth, you know, guys like Roddy White, Michael Crabtree, and Anquan, and man, I can just keep naming guys. Really, it's a whole list of guys.
You think Steve Johnson going to do anything?
Stevie is in a new place now. That's a interesting, you know, pick. Stevie Johnson is playing.
Mike Wallace or Charles Johnson?
That's
in Minnesota.
I don't know. That's pretty big.
Another
like Mike Wallace.
Another one.
Charles Johnson's
I'm gonna give you 2 PPR sleepers. Not really sleepers, but these are players you need to have. You need to have Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley is gonna eat this year for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They just signed him to a contract.
I mean, but that's any of those guys.
Edelman.
He's probably the PPR king.
Oh yeah, Edelman is definitely.
Julian Edelman is probably the PPR king.
Is Wes Walker playing this year?
For you people that don't know what PPR is, that means points per reception or points per. I think it means something else too. But usually it's points per reception.
Is Wes Walker playing this year?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I think did Wes retire?
Did he retire? We gotta pull that up.
No,
he's a PPR king.
I mean, that's the old PPR king, but Julian Edelman is definitely the new PPR king.
Yeah, because he's gonna get.
If you are in PPR, simply put, just go for the guy that touches the ball the most. That's just the way you do that.
And folks, don't sleep on Teddy Bridgewater and
Teddy is
Derek Carr.
You might want to have Teddy on the sleeper list this year. Derek Carr also a sleeper pick. Like, those guys have weapons and they're young and they can throw the ball. You know, it's gonna be some weeks where they have some pretty big games. Teddy threw a couple 300-yard games last year. So did Derek Carr. So yeah, definitely.
And
don't sleep on the young guys.
You can't sleep on these young guys. And also another pick that I love, but again it scares me. Eddie Lacy scares me. His running style. Any of these hard, powerful running backs style scares me, except Beast Mode. Eddie Lacy has concussion issues, so you want to pick up a James Starks if you can. You know?
And yeah, probably more so in your deeper league. So
in deeper league.
Yeah, in deeper league, James Starks would be a pretty decent pick though. I think you're pretty much safe. You're taking Eddie Lacy in the first, second round. You should have him for most of the season, I would think.
What do you think about the defense? What defenses you must have? Texans?
Oh, must have defense.
The Bills.
Yeah, Texans, Bills. The Seahawks
I like the Dolphins.
Seahawks are always tough. The Dolphins are pretty tough. With Sue and Cameron Wake. So, Oakland's defense, they Matt, Jack Del Rio, just think of some of the coaches, man.
It's all about the scheme.
Play defense, man. It's, those are always the teams with the defensive coaches always have pretty decent turnaround in defense. You know what I'm saying? So
You think Dez gonna do what he did last year?
oh, Dez is gonna kill. Dez is gonna kill. He's definitely top 10 for sure.
And Romo, I mean, I'm a Giants fan, but Romo gets it done out there.
Tony's top 10. He's top 10 fantasy quarterback. He has been for a long time. They give him a lot of slack, but Tony gets his numbers.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
And avoid a hype on Matt Jones from Washington. I'm hearing a lot of hype about.
I don't know about that.
We don't really mess.
We'll see.
With a lot of Washington.
We'll see you in a
Redskins.
couple weeks, buddy. See what you made of. But
who's going to be a fantasy football player of the year?
Player of the year. Who is going to be player of the year? Probably going to end up being MVP, huh? Well, no. Well, it's possible. I think Andrew Luck again.
Wow,
man.
That's crazy. I was going to say Andrew Luck too.
Man.
I like Andrew Luck with the weapons he has.
You add Andre Johnson and Frank
Gore. And draft.
And the draft picks. Andrew Luck is probably going to be man again. I don't see any reason why not.
Who's going to be the biggest bust of the year?
Biggest bust of the year.
Mine's going to be DeMarco Murray. I don't think he's going to be healthy.
You say DeMarco?
I don't think he's going to nearly do what he did last year.
You said DeMarco? Yeah. I'm going AJ Green.
AJ Green?
AJ is usually a first-round guy, second-round guy. I don't know if AJ Green with Andy Dalton. I mean, AJ's going to do, he's going to have his games, but I don't know. I don't think AJ Green is that guy anymore.
Okay.
I don't think he's that guy anymore.
Who's your major sleeper that no one's talking about, but at the end of the season, they're going to look and say, Tay, this guy won me a championship?
You know what? I had, last year Jeremy Hill was my guy. Last year. This year, my guy is in Green Bay. Ty Montgomery. Who is now on the outside, on the opposite side, should I say, of Devontae Adams, and Cobb is in the slot. Ty Montgomery is going to see the ball a lot this year. He's probably going a little later in some of the drafts. Maybe if you're looking for a receiver, you might want to try to snatch him up right about 7th, 8th round. That's not a bad place to pick up Ty Montgomery. Because you might see him returning kicks too.
You know who's a player that I like? He's not a major sleeper, but he's in a new place. Shane Vereen's going to win.
Shane Vereen is a very interesting
Shane Vereen's
pick.
going to win some people some fantasy games.
Very interesting pick. I like Shane Vereen. Shane, like you said, he's in New York now. Tom Coughlin didn't bring him there for nothing.
Yeah, Tom didn't come and bring him there for nothing. And who's going to be the player that is picked in the first round, but is not going to give you the production? I wouldn't say a bust, but it's going to.
I don't think any of those top 10 guys.
You don't think so?
No. I would be surprised if I had to pick one, because I know a lot of people are picking C.J. Anderson right now in the first round. I think he'd probably be the guy that wouldn't have as big a year as people might think that he.
Okay.
Like last year. I mean, just because of how many backs there are in Denver, and he had a monster year last year, but they'll ride the hot hand and they run the ball a lot. So I think there's gonna be a lot of people touching the rock.
So yeah, I think that about wraps it up.
Man, for this
fantasy football.
This
was fun.
This fantasy breakdown.
I feel like we're talking for 5 minutes.
Just check it out, and hopefully help you a little bit or a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure, just hit us up on Twitter at RTN Sports.
Every week,
you got questions. We every Sunday. The Twitter is gonna be lit. So
in the morning,
just hit us in the morning. Don't hit us too early because I still like to sleep. So I don't want my phone going off at 5 a.m. because you're trying to figure out who you should play in your flex position. But outside of that, anytime when it's game day, just hit us, man, and we gonna look out, and we see y'all next week for that volume 12.
And again, we thank you guys for the support.
Yeah, man.
We thank you for the retweets, the follows. We thank you for telling a friend to tell a friend.
All love, man.
People are coming up to me saying the show's getting better. They're saying it's good to see 2 young African American males doing something positive. So, I mean, this is for the culture. The Main Man March is coming up next month.
We trying.
So it's all about unity. We're gonna leave y'all tonight. And again, we appreciate y'all. Get familiar, subscribe, follow, and listen. We out,
Fantasy
folks.
football. Real
Volume
talk.
12 soon come.
See you next week.